Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the movie Evil Dead Rise. So at the beginning of the film, we are introduced to three people named Jessica, Teresa and Kevin. They come to the lakeside for vacation, but here Jessica is not feeling well. Teresa goes to check on Jessica where she is sleeping, and we see Teresa reading a book called Wuthering Heights. Suddenly Jessica wakes up and she strangely reads a line of the book. Sir, I am with you. She gets closer to Jessica to check on her, and suddenly Jessica stands up and runs out in fear. She was flying a drone, but Jessica comes after fear and hits herself with the drone and falls into the water as if to save Kevin. And he jumps into the water, but inside the water, she cuts off Kevin's head from the torso and levitates herself above the water. Teresa is screaming after saying this, and here we see Teresa and Jessica dying. Now we go to one day earlier where we see a lady named Jo sitting in a club, and we get to know that she was also pregnant. After this, she visits her sister, and here we are introduced to Liz's family. So Ellie has three children, in which the name of eldest one is Rani, and then Bridget, and youngest how is Bridget. Ellie had been separated from her husband only a couple of months ago, and her husband only sends money in the name of child support and does not take care of the children. According to him, sending money is sufficient for the children. Well, here we come to know that she is always out for musical activities, and there is a slight rift between their two sisters. So at home, both the sisters are having a conversation when suddenly an earthquake comes. Due to this earthquake, the condition of their building gets completely deteriorated, and also their building was completely demolished, meaning they were thinking of shifting. At the time of the earthquake, the three children were returning from outside with pizza and see a big hole in the parking lot. We go inside the hall and we come to know that earlier there used to be a bank at this place and there were some lockers below. Then he starts investigating where he finds some files. Suddenly he finds a book and along with it a record. Now here, just remember about the record. Records are played from them. And we also see an old photo in which we can see three files. Also, who was the odd one out here? There were a lot of crosses. Basically, there are a lot of religious artifacts which brings the book with it. Projects forbids him to do so and to come home, and he tries to open the book. Then he gets a cut and his blood falls on the book, causing it to soak up the blood. After this, the book opens automatically and there were horrifying pictures inside it. But Bridget is trying to convince Danny not to do all this, but Danny doesn't listen to her. Danny plays a record in his record player, and by listening to that record we understand that this is the Book of the Dead. This book has been created by human mind and it has been written with blood. Some poets etc. are doing research on this book, and for this they were expelled from the church. In this record he was saying whether the rituals which are stated in this book are from which of this world or not. After this, the record starts playing itself because it was from this book, and we see the pages of the book started turning automatically. Because of this, Danny becomes afraid and the demon becomes free. But the same is done visually, and at this point she started searching for her host. Lee was going down in the elevator, and this demon entity would directly grab Ellie. They would just tie up and the Ellie in the elevator and directly grab her. Ellie walks awkwardly, comes into the house and starts cracking eggs and cooking. She talks about killing her own family, after which she vomits and dies. Yes, everyone is scared after saying all this, and two neighbors from nearby also come here, one of whom was a young boy playing game, and a complete person was trying to close the eyes of Ellie. Inside, he starts making plans with Mr. Fonda to get off the building. Actually, the lift of the building was not working, and the staircase was broken due to the earthquake. The emergency door was locked, as if both of them were trying to open it. So at this point, they were saddened by the death of Sister Ellie when suddenly they hear Ellie's voice coming from her phone. At the same time, Ellie's body in front of her comes alive. Ellie was totally looking bad. It seems that as if she felt infected that Ellie's body was heating up. That's why, because of the children, she divides Ellie into a tab, but suddenly she starts turning upside down on the roof and she attacks all of them. Due to the scream of Ellie, the surrounding glass breaks and her sister does the same with a big piece of glass. Then is also killed. Ellie goes and shoots Bailey, which cuts off her arms and legs, but now the rest of the dead people wake up from the sleep and they like Ellie's, they are scratching and like they are all merged together. Same, we see a shower of blood coming out from inside the lift, which is then thrown out somehow. At the end of the movie, all the people except her sister and the baby Bridget are all killed. So the story of the movie is very simple, but the movie had a very few good scares and it is worth watching once. See you guys in the next video. Bye.